As a kid who grew up on butter noodles, that was like a nice meal. Um, as an adult now, this was delicious. I'd give this a 8.5 out of 10, probably easily. I was telling her I would eat this again just because it's a fun little cheap snack, but also filling.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gabby. If you're new here, I post videos on frugality and budgeting and financial content, also cooking, baking, Christianity, I don't know, a whole bunch of stuff. I have this video idea that is very random, and I'm sure other people, I know other people have done it on YouTube before, but it's trying to make a decent meal on a budget. Okay, and so today the challenge is I'm going to the USPS first to drop off these packages, and then we're going to go to the Dollar Tree with $10 and see what we can find that we can make a, quote, gourmet meal out of for me, it's just my husband and I, but maybe I'll try to look for a family of 4, just because I know some people looking for that kind of content need to feed more than 2 mouths. So we're going to try to find a decent meal for a family of 4 that includes a protein, a carb, and a veggie. So I'm gonna run my errands first, which, by the way, I'm gonna do another video in the future about the different platforms that I'm using to sell my extra crap around the house to make some money to pay off our debt. So that will be coming up shortly. But I'm gonna head on out and drop these off, and then we're gonna go to the Dollar Tree. I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. I've been trying to plan this video for a couple weeks now. By the way, I have my hoodie on because it is a cold, miserable, late March day here in upstate New York. Upstate. If you went to Plattsburgh, you actually know what upstate is, but anybody referring to above New York City will say upstate if they're from New York City or Long Island, so I just say upstate to make it easier. For a split second, I saw that the store next door is closed, and I thought Dollar Tree was also, but it's definitely open. Let's head on in. Prediction. I think I'm gonna have a hard time finding a protein. I've seen these videos before where, like, sometimes they have a small frozen section, but it's usually like a little pre-fried fish or something, so we'll see what this one has.
So I've got 2 gray things, clear things, and gold.
I'm trying to get used to recording in public spaces. It's very uncomfortable for me. Okay, I found the refrigerated section. So this looks like frozen food. There's ice cream. There is, oh, chicken breast fries. Okay, fish sticks. But see, these are $5. Steakums, $3.25. There's an option. Oh, Tapatio has chicken enchiladas. Oh, maybe this won't be bad at all. Okay, but what do I want that's like for multiple people? All right, some of these are pre-made meals that are just good for 1 or 2 people. Looks like we have some breakfast bowls, singles, French fries. Oh, they even have Lunchables and the little small Hillshire plates that I love. I mean, the selection's not too bad. The issue is trying to come up with a combination of something that's actually good for the whole family. Okay, so technically that covers my carb and my protein because it is a battered fish. But coming up into the aisle with like sauces and pastas and things, they do have sides. So maybe I'll pick up one of these like easy, like veggie fried rice sides kind of thing. That would be a good, carb. Actually, I love these Idahoan potatoes. In fact, I think I want these scalloped sliced potatoes Ooh, au gratin. Let's do these. I can barely reach. And I'm making a mess. Okay, so that's $6.50 plus tax. Here's the thing. I don't know where to find vegetables. They didn't have anything in the frozen section. If you're trying to have a balanced meal, I mean, you would think there would be some sort of... Oh, here we go, I found them. We have the canned veggies. You have mixed veggies, tomatoes and okra, fancy spinach. Wow, they really have expanded their food selection over here. See, everything is $1.25. I mean, everything's $1.50 now. I'm going with the peas. Let's go check out. Well, that was interesting. So, we've got a full meal here, and it was only $8, okay? So here's my receipt, so the haters can come for me in the comments, and I'm not lying. They didn't charge any tax. It says general exempt merch, $0. So $1.50 for the peas, $1.50 for the au gratin potato, it says casserole, and then $5 for the crispy fish fillets. And I'll tell you right now, the plan is to cook it super simple, like buy the ingredients the way that it's supposed to be. I'm probably gonna make the potatoes just as is. I'm assuming this is just, ooh, I did not consider this. So you will need 3/4 cup of milk and 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine. See, that doesn't work because that means more money than $10. Okay, so I went back in because I felt like this video would be a lie if I used milk and butter when I said it would be under $10 total. So I went back in. I forgot a couple things anyway for me, so I did a totally second transaction. I got aluminum foil, garlic powder, and a spray bottle for our tomato plants, and then I picked up the mashed potatoes, the 4-cheese mash, and they just require 2 cups of boiling water. So don't need anything else, right? That was the big thing. I just double checked when I was in there. There was no milk and the butter was $3. So that would have put me over without even, getting everything that I needed. I think certain items are non-taxed. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Garlic powder and the mashed potatoes, N for not taxed. And then T is taxed for the spray bottle and the foil sheets. So I asked the lady, she wasn't really sure what that was about. I don't know if that's a Dollar Tree thing or a New York State thing. Sales tax exempt on food. Who knew? Just threw me off when it was exactly $8. And so I guess with the potatoes, hold on. We got to give you a total. So with the new mashed potatoes, it was $8, $9.50. So we are 50 cents under our budget. By the way, the original idea for this video or this kind of content was Mike and I were actually going to challenge each other to cook dinner for, one another and see who could come up with a better dinner that was originally it was $20. And then I challenged for $10 because, it is the Dollar Tree and we are trying to stick to a budget. So comment down below if you would like to also see Mike take on this challenge. And then maybe I'll have you guys vote on whose dinner looked better. Of course, I'm going to get Mike's feedback on what mine tastes like. Again, just a reminder, I'm not really going to add too much more than what you would normally have as staples at home. And I do have to take into consideration, in my mind, olive oil is something that most people keep. But it may not be, what you keep. So I'm not even sure if I could put olive oil on my peas, because if you don't have olive oil as a staple in your household, that is something to take into consideration. Maybe I'll just do peas with salt and pepper and nothing else. It is time to cook us some dinner. So we are using these potatoes for our carb. We have these sweet peas for our veggie. And of course, our crispy battered fish fillets. In fact, I totally forgot I was finishing this video tonight, and Mike was like, don't we have the fried fish? Like, he was excited about this. But what he doesn't realize is I'm using very limited ingredients, so it's not like, you know, we have a tartar sauce or we're adding all that much to the peas, you know, and the potatoes. He did say these were his favorite, so that's pretty good. Okay, so my first step is going to be to get the fillets started. This actually has the option for conventional oven or for air fryer, and in this case, I'm going to air fry them. Now, I did say yesterday that we were going to do a fillet and a half for each of us, because we're going to try to do if we could feed a family of 4. I don't know how big these fillets are. Yeah, they're not that big. Okay, so I did see that the recipe on the back says that 2 fillets are 1 serving. Okay, so in this case, I'm just going to make all of them because I know Mike and I will eat all of them. So we're going to make this a 2-person meal for $10. I apologize to the families out there. I'm going to go and put these in our air fryer and get them started. They are going to fry at 400 degrees for 13 to 15 minutes total. I mean, honestly, I could probably do with just 2 of these. There's an extra one in here. They said 6 fillets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we got an extra one in here. All right, I'm going to throw that in for Mike, but usually there would be 6, which would give you, you know, 3 each, or you could feed 3 people. So we're going to do that. Space them out a little bit. We will do bake 400 for 15 minutes. And those will be good to go. All right, next up is going to be my peas, because those will take longer than the potatoes. For the peas, I'm going to get a little pot here, and we're just gonna warm them up. I'm gonna make it super easy. We're gonna warm them up with some garlic, onion powder, and salt and pepper. Real basic. If you want, you could cut up an onion and add that in too. I do have an old onion here. I will throw half of that in. Price-wise, I'll have to put down below what it costed for this one onion. I shop at ShopRite down the road, so I'll try to figure out if I have the receipt somewhere or online, if I can see how much they're worth, like per pound. I'll tell you about how much that estimates, because I really, again, want to try to keep this under $10. I feel like all I do is clean this cutting board and then use it again, and then clean it and then use it again, but I guess that's a good thing, right? I'm going to use this knife right here. Oh no! Oh, epic fail. I already had this onion. Dang. Okay. So I actually have a quarter of an onion, but I already opened this one, so we'll still use half. Dang nabbit conflabbit. I just realized you were looking at me and not at me cutting the onion. Well, here's the onion already cut, and honestly, this might be, it's like half a cup is a quarter of an onion. I don't even think I want to put a full half of an onion in, because this is a pretty decent amount, and I really don't want it to totally overpower the peas. So we're going to go ahead and start this burner and get these onions in here. Ideally, you either have some oil around the house, or you can use, you know, if you have a non-stick pan, so that you're not, again, trying to keep it on a budget. We may not have oil around the house. It might be expensive. And we're just going to brown these onions a little bit and then basically throw the peas in to warm them up. I am just so bummed that I went and cut a whole other onion, especially because I only ended up using a quarter of it, and I could have just used the quarter we already have. I've gotten really into making sure we use every single morsel that we keep in the house. Mike's gonna be like, why is there so much onions half cut in the fridge? You can hear the onions. You just want to cook them until they're a little bit softer, right? Now, this is a super easy recipe to make because I'm using 3 different things at the same time to get everything on the table together. This is our electric kettle. We did not spend much on it at all, and it is fantastic for boiling water super fast. So while the onions are going and the fish is finishing up, it's got 7.5 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and boil the water, and then we're gonna add 2 cups of it to the potatoes. Bing, bam, boom, we got dinner ready. I actually don't think I need that much more in here. I'd already had some from my tea this morning, but I have 1 liter in here. It's gonna boil real quick. And this is super easy to start. It's already plugged in. You just put it in there, hit that button, and then once it boils, it pops the button back up, and you're good to go. Okay, I am lowering the temperature on the onions a little bit. As you can see, we're getting some browning because I had it on medium heat. So if you don't like that kind of texture on your onions, maybe you want to slow it down a little bit. But that looks really good to me. Here's the thing. I don't think we'll eat all of these peas. It's a lot of peas. I don't eat too many canned vegetables, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I could have used the half the onion because of how many peas are in here. But this works, it's fine. Okay, maybe put it back on low so that it doesn't burn the peas. Because these propane stovetops are a lot stronger than electric. Okay, this is good. I'm going to add a bit of salt. Can you see me? Not really with this thing in my way, right? Maybe I gotta learn how to shoot better. Close that. How's this? Good? A little bit of black pepper. We are not gonna make the mistake I made last week, which was I made an Indian dish, and I decided to add just a little bit of these habanero flakes that one of Mike's friends sent him last November. You see how many are in there? That's why. That is why. Because those are fire. So if you're really, really into heat, comment down below. Maybe I'll ship you some of those because there's no way that we're finishing them. I literally told my friend last week, a couple weeks ago, I was like, please take some home because we're never going to finish it. And sure enough, I made a dish and I used like 3 pinchfuls. Like, I mean, it was minute. Too much. Okay, we have onion in here. I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder. We have just a little bit left. Again, this is assuming that you have some staples around the house. Although, even if you didn't have garlic powder, salt and pepper would do just fine as well. I'm genuinely curious as to how the fish will taste, is what I'm really interested in. And as I finished stirring the peas, the pot of water is all finished already. So now we can measure out 2 cups. I think it's 2 cups of boiling water. Yep, 2 cups of boiling water. Immediately add the entire pouch of potatoes. Mix thoroughly using a fork to moisten and let it stand for 1 minute. I'm covering the peas and putting them on low so they don't get burned. Look how large this thing is. When I bought these, they came in a set of 3. It's 1 cup, 2 cup, and 4 cup. Okay, so that's 2 cups. And I gotta be, oh, see that? That's why I don't like this one. I'm chucking it. We're donating this. We're just gonna guesstimate that that's enough water. Because now I made a mess. But I gotta make the potatoes. It said immediately. I wonder who's watching this. Like, who actually, is anybody finding this entertaining or is this just weird? And that's my air fryer. Okay. Dinner's almost ready. Okay, this is thickening all right. It's all mixed equally, so I will leave that. And I'm gonna clean up the mess I made. And I also heard the fish is done, so we are almost good to eat. Total time of running on this video before editing, 20 minutes. Ooh, those look good. Oh, you gotta be careful when pulling them up because they're super sensitive. They got a little stuck to the bottom here. Wow, I haven't had like fish like this in forever. Looks super good. Okay, so first impressions.
It smells tasty. It looks like fish sticks and mushy peas.
Okay, let's try the peas and the potatoes. Okay. peas are not bad.
Yeah, peas are good.
Now here's the peak.
Huh?
The fish, I'm not mad about this.
Honestly, the peas being mushy. People eat them like mushed peas, you know? You probably wouldn't do it with mashed potatoes then? Not gonna lie, this was surprisingly tasty.
Good, right? Yeah. All right, so yeah, you can get a, halfway decent meal from Dollar Tree for $10. It could use dill sauce or tartar sauce or something else. If your budget wasn't strictly $10, it would be fine.
I like this way more than I thought I was going to like this.
All right, we're gonna go so we can enjoy the rest of our dinner. Thanks for watching, and comment down below if you'd like to see Mike do this challenge and feed me next time. All right, till next week. Bye.